What it do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Sure. Today's lesson, we're going to focus on another Black American icon known as Leonard H. Berry. He is a remarkable medical career spanning over 40 years. He was a world-renowned physician and lecturer who dedicated his life to the pursuit of racial, physical, and economic parity for Black Americans. This native Chicagoan worked in medicine, teaching, writing, and community service. Berry was a pioneer in gastronomy, excuse me for my accent. His expertise in the study of the human stomach was acclaimed wide world beginning in 1930 due to his ability as a physician and his success as a pioneer to endoscope. Berry produced several books, video recording, motion pictures, illustration to the stomach and other organs affected by digestive disorders. In his fight against racial discrimination, Berry was unprecedented achievement in hospital, medical society, medical associations around the world. He elected as an individual that represents several medical association societies. Contrary to his theories, resonate all over the medical community, evaluating illnesses and places emphasis on economic and racism that battles. He was born in Woodsell, North Carolina on July 12th. He received his bachelor's degree in 1924 from Wilbur University. He received a second BS from the University of Chicago in 1925. Then he earned his medical doctorate from Rush Medical School from the University of Chicago. He interned at the Freedman Hospital. Check our previous video about Black hospitals being in DC. Earned his MS in pathology from the Graduate School of the University of Illinois and began his industrial career into the stomach hospitals in Providence Hospital. He joins Cook County Hospital in 1936 as the first Black American attending staff physician in 50 years. He began his career focused on stomach, digestion, gastro problems, and removing stomach-damaged tissue that could cause cancer. He joined the staff of Michael Reese Hospital, became the first medical director of the AME Health Commissions, and served it for 30 years. He implements Berry plans to provide medical counseling for Black narcotic users, as far as the drug users around that time. Began his presentation for the World Congressional Movement, traveled throughout Africa, lectured in Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, Libya, Senegal, lectured on many stomach diseases in Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, the Philippines, and Hawaii. He organized Black medicines to provide medical, dental, dietary, and social for poor Blacks in the Cairo, Illinois area. And around 1974, that's when his world-renowned physicians and practices became law. He published his autobiography, I Wouldn't Take a Career for Nothing on My Journey, in 1986, and sadly, his son set in Chicago, 1995. Berry's family history life shaped his career path, provided his determination, an outstanding physician, and what he being his great-grandparents were formerly enslaved. His grandparents lived in St. Mary County in Maryland, where they escaped slavery in 1863 by carrying a horse saddle over his shoulder past the hunters. His story of sufficient Northwind changed his name to John Berry and then fought for the Northern in the Civil War. John Berry was one of the Black American soldiers who applied for pension payments during his military service, where he received partial payments and began owning 368 acres of land. They moved where they established himself, where he became a minister in the AME church, and that's where Berry got his start when they were the first of 6 children in Woodland, North Carolina. Throughout his community, you must understand Dr. Berry was a huge spiritual leader, advocate for the AME church. He also was a pastor and grew up alongside his family near the Norfolk, Virginia area. While he attended, he still was active in the community. He believed in helping, giving back, and making sure the Black Americans around his time had adequate health care, had adequate knowledge, speaking to the school clerkships, and also making sure Black-run hospitals got the same equity that they deserved. Even though Dr. Berry faced numerous amounts of discrimination, he knew that him being a black pioneer would benefit black Americans throughout this country. So as he graduated, as he gave back, he inspired other young black doctors to follow suit and make sure he lived and overachieved. His professional achievements are worldwide known. Remember, he spoke, he transformed, he taught, he educated how the diet and dietary restrictions affect the stomach and why changes need to be made. He made sure to show that digestive diseases can be prevented with tweaks in his diet. While he was traveling abroad, teaching, and showing his work to masses all across his country, he began to hire 100% black American staff in the Cook County systems. Before he entered the program, there were almost none. As he left, he almost hired hundreds of black American staff, doctors, nurses during his time as the Cook County chair. As he began to develop, as he began to grow, we began to see multiple episodes where he began to go against racial battles, knocking down a racial hierarchy and knocking against discrimination all across the great Chicago landscape. What he did was that he knew there were many black Americans that from Chicago who needed help to get inside his position. Mr. Berry offered them a chance, a layup, an opportunity. He showed them ways they can study abroad and domestically. He showed ways to create ownership. He showed ways to make things happen for them as he trained not just his students, as he trained the community. He was interactive as many black Americans around that time did. He did a research paper for the Black American Association, American Medical Association at this time. Then he later became a keynote speaker as he broke down why his medical barriers and how he could have done much more if the American society would embrace black doctors and gain the notoriety and popularity he once needed. He was a well-trained, traveler. Like I said, traveling all across this country, making sure to give what he needed to blacks at this time. The lasting thoughts we should know about Dr. Berry's legacy is that when he got black medical students inside this country, he made sure to compensate them correctly. He made sure to give them the opportunity, give them the proper paperwork, and guide them through the pitfalls and what could be going against throughout their legacy. Dr. Berry, a pioneer, a leader, an author, a physician, and a lecturer. He was way ahead of his time, and he is one of the icons of our former history and our nature. Dr. Berry is a leader in medicine, a holistic approach, and taught us which ways we can go against battling digestion, organ failure, and other parts of the association. It's your boy, King Crowder, back again with another edition of History You Did Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught in Detail for Show. Today's lesson was on the great Leonard H. Berry, the physician, the doctor, the connoisseur, and the legend in his own right. Hopefully this information was open to you and new and fresh about Dr. Berry and his legacy. Chicago, stand up. He is one of you. He showed the way that we could do it and showed that people from the Chi can trailblaze and change the world as we knew it. I hope you learned something today. Make sure you comment, like, or subscribe to the channel. Hopefully this information gets back to you. Until next time, it's your boy, checking out. Peace.